let's continue. Question 2 says, sorry about that. Question 2, I can't see it because my screen recorder is hiding that part there. But either way, just read it for yourself. I've done it before. Understand the question, what it wants. But the gist of it is that you have cars being sold, and you have this is so awkward. I'm sorry about that. So you have ages of different cars being sold at different prices. As you can see, if a car is 1 year old, it goes about 138,000 pula, and if a car is significantly old, like 6 years, it goes for like 60,000 pula. So this question is very simple. Let's keep the video simple and straightforward. It wants you to plot the scatter graph of the ages of the cars against their market price on the pair of axes below. So don't do it like me, just try to read the question, understand it, and then I've done it before. So yeah, why have I done it before? I usually host these classes online with my online students, so yeah, this is me just doing it for free for you. Anyway, we have a grid there, and the grid has, let me just get the laser. The grid has on the y-axis the market price and the age of the cars on the x-axis. All you have to do is plot those points, and they have to correspond. So for the car that is 1 year old, it costs the highest price, so you have to make sure that when you plot these ones, you plot them the right way. So after you identifying all of these points, you will have something like that. So I'll leave it to you so that you get to do it yourself, but make sure that each year and its corresponding price are put where they're supposed to be put, right? And then question B says, state the type of correlation between the ages of the cars and their market prices. So you can see that it shows you a downtrend. Basically, the prices were up, and as the years go up, the price reduces. So you know what that answer is, right? What kind of correlation is that? It's a negative correlation, right? Yeah, so let's go to the next question. Next question says, this one I can see properly now. The diagram below represents a region OTU covered by a windscreen wiper OT. The wiper rotates about O and moves from T to U. The arc TU has a length of 151 and OT equals to 78.7. So your OT 78.7, and then since this is like a sector, you also know that OU should be equal to 78.72. Okay, O is the center, and then since that's an arc is like part of a circle. So yeah, the distance from the center to any point on the circumference, that's basically the radius. So OU should be equal to OT. If I'm moving too fast, I don't know if there's where you can reduce the speed on YouTube, but I think there should be. So you can do that half the speed so that you're able to hear what I'm saying. The question now says, calculate the size of angle TOU through which the wiper rotates. So we basically looking for this angle here, and then they have given us, fortunately, the arc length, which is from U to T, and then we also have the radius, so it's going to be easy for us to calculate. So that's the formula for you to find arc length. But then since we are looking for the angle instead, we have to now make the angle subject of formula. But what you can do is like that, right? That's you making the angle subject of formula. So the first thing you can do is start by removing that 360 in the denominator. So but you can start anywhere. You can also start by dividing that 2 pi r on both sides, but at the end of the day you're supposed to get that same answer there. So 360 multiplies both sides, ends up cancelling on the right side. Then on the left side you'll have arc length times 360, and then on the right side of the equal sign you will have I'm dictating now, but try to picture it. On the right side now you'll have 2 pi and the theta. So in order to remove or to have the theta alone on the right side, you'll divide both sides by 2 pi. Hopefully YouTube can transcribe that for you. I'm well over 5 minutes now. Okay, so for this one, just plug in the values and then you'll be okay. So most of my students have a problem with using the calculator. So this is a paper 2, so you're allowed to use a calculator, but what you can do is just try to go step by step. Find the top part first, and then find the bottom part, and then divide the top part by the bottom part. That would be a much simpler way of doing it, instead of just punching everything into the calculator, which is more or less likely to give you a wrong answer. But the correct answer should be 109.95 degrees, and then you write that to one decimal place. It gives you 110. Yeah. Anyway, wait for part 3 and then you'll get to continue.